Today I'm going to be trying to help you score more points drifting rear wheel drive and drift lobbies. I'm not going to be covering all wheel drive stuff, because personally I don't really care for it. It's not that interesting or impressive, it's just dull. But that said, if you just want to go out there and win, you're probably better off trying to learn all-wheel drive. They score more points than rear wheel and put into the same lobby. It does take a bit of practice though, and I don't know if this happens to everyone, but if I do want to do well in all-wheel, I have to spend about half a day getting used to it, and it completely throws me off being able to drift rear wheel. And then if I want to drift rear wheel again, I have to spend another half a day trying to get used to it again, which is another reason I don't mess with it, amongst other reasons. Anyway, on with the points stuff. I learned about this from Motorsports 5, 6 and 7, so it may be a bit different now. Those games were also a lot less lenient. There was stuff like separated lobbies, no invisible cars. You lost points for hitting the walls and going off the track, and a bunch of other things. It just made it way better. Being much older games, they did lack in upgradability and things like that though. There was no wheel width upgrade or anything like that. But the reason I mention that is because in those ones, they had this chart along the side. It told you what your score was based on. Back then, in order of importance, I believe it was line, which is this thing that can be changed here in settings, plus the speed you're going while sliding, plus angle, which is how sideways your car is. Now, from my observation, I believe it's speed plus line plus angle. So what you want to do most importantly is focus on your speed and make sure your car's actually scoring points while you're racing it, and the line should come naturally with that. I don't actually use the guideline personally. I do use the gauge and minimap though to see what gear I'm in and see what corners are coming up. But I feel like trying to learn to drift following that line may just make it harder to learn. After enough times going fast around the track, you should work out where you can add more angle and where you can't. Next piece of advice, although it's fun, don't pull that handbrake if you don't have to. It will slow you down too much. Instead, try lightly using the brake to guide around the corner, or line it up so you don't have to use brakes at all. And use things like dropping a gear and accelerating to power out of the corners. Next is, going off the track and hitting walls only means you'll stop scoring points. You won't actually lose any. So if you have to make a quick decision between avoiding the wall and grass or slowing down and losing more points, just hit it and carry on is my piece of advice. You will lose more dropping speed to recorrect your line. Next is this move I refer to as the water gun. In the higher gears while sliding, you can keep going on and off the accelerator to get brief seconds of traction to maintain or help pick up speed. I don't know how to explain where to use it, so I'll probably just put an example up here and bring up the car sound and try show you an example of what I mean. Try focus on the engine sound and the speed it's picking up. Next is throwing angles. You may have picked some of this up from my other videos, I'm not sure, but it's like Doc says in the movie Cars. You turn right to go left. Then once you're sideways, assuming you have enough speed, use steering and acceleration to choose where to go next. Steering doesn't always have to be turning. If it pays off to bring it straight for a second or so, to slide a certain direction, as long as you're giving it power, it's probably not gonna straighten up or anything like that. Next is anything that is a muscle car is probably going to be pretty good. The cars with the smaller engines can take a bit more tuning and stuff like that, but muscle cars and cars that originally have big engines in them are usually already pretty good for drifting, usually running close to or above 1,000 horsepower in the cars, unless the engine won't make that much, just build around it. And lastly is sorter speed again, so I usually switch cars every round. Sometimes it's not even cars, it's also trucks, and have to get used to the personality changes of each car. I don't like to have the same sort of tunes on every car. And at some point I started racing the first lap to get used to it. In doing this, it also helped me gain about an extra 20k points off the start line, and learn a few places I can go faster and pick up more points, as well as have no smoke screen in your way if you play from hood cam like I do. So now, because I haven't actually done it yet since my first video where I went over smaller engines, I'm going to go over the base build and tune on my Barracuda, and find points that needs adjusting. It's already had quite a bit of work done, but it's not quite there yet. and that's how I fully build and tune my drift cars. It's still a little bit twitchy. I could probably fix that by messing with things like the acceleration on the diff, but I don't like to mess with that. I like to leave it at max. And if it's too slidey for you, the camber can probably be broadened and things like that. I always just max them out because it looks cooler. But it can help with picking up speed. And also if you're following this for building and tuning, this will wow most of my tune things I guess, except the first odd drifters. Doesn't have to be exact, it's more just a baseline than anything. And I'd also quickly like to mention, again the lobbies are not great, like the all-wheel and rear wheel being in the same lobby thing. But there's obviously a small community for rear wheel drifting still. And I've always thought there's no way I'm the only one that's over it. 90% of the time you wait 5 minutes for your round to start because it just started one without you. Then it finally starts and it's just 4 guys that are driving the same boring overpowered cars they do all day every day. If that's the case and they don't want to fix it, I would like to try change that eventually. Do something like start my own convoy lobbies and have rules like if you use the same car more than twice in a row you're out or something like that. I don't know. Obviously that's long term, but they haven't separated the lobbies or really made many changes in the 5 years I've been playing, and I doubt they plan to anytime soon, but I don't plan to stop playing. I literally have Forza in my YouTube name. As far as car games go, I haven't found a better one though, and I've tried a lot over the years. Some were really good but fell short in customization or things like that. It's just a shame Forza falls short in the lobbies. But yeah, maybe let me know if it sounds like a good idea or something. I don't really know. I kinda just do things and hope you guys don't hate it. But anyway, that should do it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.